So the first coat of eggshell is dry on our 3 little painted pieces. I've got to say it's not looking too shabby at all for the first coat. We'll get a second one on and see what that's like when it's dry. But so far, result. As before, with our mock panel door. When we use the roller like this, you go as close as you possibly can to the rails and stiles without actually touching it, because if you touch it you'll get a big ugly smear all around the inside lip, which is a bit of a pain to get rid of. Again, we're not trying to put any real pressure on this, just keeping it as light as we can, just to try and keep the sort of texture the same. Just go around the edges with it. You can just see here when I tilt it like that, there's a little bit of a glut of paint just on the edge there, so I'll just dab that out and very gently go over that. Okay. One more on this edge. So this panel again looking pretty good. Go into the panel with a brush. You can see the difference the second coat of paint makes. It just sort of firms the colour up, strengthens it all. And lastly, a little plywood pal. It's interesting, this edge is much smoother than this one. Perhaps I didn't sand it so much. Let's give it a very gentle wipe over. The little hickeys on here, I'm just going to very gently go over it with some P320. Again, no magic here. Bigger roller for a large, flatter surface. finishing this off with, there's literally no pressure on the roller at all. We're just letting the roller texture apply itself to the paint just to smooth things out. Mostly. Not bad. So everything's dry now. I've had a good couple of coats of paint on absolutely everything, and I've got to say it's all looking pretty good. Let's start with the plywood here. Its coverage has been really nice on the surface. You've got a little bit of the grain, a little bit of the texture coming through. You can see on the edges still a teensy little bit of the layers showing through. So what I usually do is lip the edges with a solid wood, hardwood. Even when you're painting, that makes a big difference. On the raised panel, again, flat surface is absolutely fine, and the raised panel itself on the edge is covered very nicely. You do get a slight difference in texture from the roller to the brush, but again, it's not something to worry about too much. I've got to say the real surprise to me has been this mock panel door. It's painted up really well. There's a couple of bits, couple of areas where you can just see the layers showing through, but I think in all honesty a third coat of paint would probably sort that out. And for the most part, for the rest of it, it's actually covered really well. So yeah, that was a surprise to me. Either paints have got better, or I've gotten better at making them. I'm not too sure. Let's move those to one side. And for our lacquered panels, well, the beech veneer has come up very well. Glare off that. It's a lovely smooth finish with an extra layer of lacquer on it, and it's got some of the grain coming up very nicely. And the same with the birch ply. That third layer of lacquer has really brought out the grain. Can you see that? Trying to avoid the glare. It's really good, lovely. Probably see it better up there, can't you? And again, the edges are very clean. You can feel the layers very slightly, but again, if you didn't want to see that, obviously you'd lip it with a hardwood, with a birch lipping. And finally, we've got the beeswax finish. Again, lovely and smooth on both pieces. You don't get the same sort of depth of colour that you're getting with the lacquer, but it is a beautiful finish. Very soft and smooth to the touch, and one that I'd be very happy to have on a piece of furniture. That really lovely. Again, you could put another coat of wax on that and give it a real polish, a real buffer, but it's very nice to have that just gentle sort of sheen to it. Yeah, very nice indeed. And that's it for my painting and finishing video. I hope you liked it, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give it a thumbs up, share it freely amongst your friends, and please do consider subscribing, then you'll be notified whenever I post something new. But anyway, that's it for today. I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. What am I going to do with all these bits of painted wood?